Tyson Fury, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua would be a 50-50 fight. Tyson Fury has sparked major debate across the boxing world by suggesting that a blockbuster fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua would be a 50-50 matchup. A statement that surprised fans and pundits alike. The former WBC heavyweight champion, known as the Gypsy King, made the bold claim during a media appearance at the IBA Pro 7 event in Istanbul, just weeks after confirming his own retirement from professional boxing back in January. While Fury is now enjoying life outside the ring, his comments continue to stir headlines in the sport he once dominated. Paul's momentum grows. After Chavez Jr. win, Jake Paul, 28, continues to defy critics. The YouTuber turned professional boxer added a major name to his resume last weekend with a commanding unanimous decision victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., a former WBC middleweight champion. Paul dominated the 10-round bout from start to finish, leaving little doubt about the outcome. Following the fight, Paul called out several top names in multiple weight divisions, including Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, Badu Jack, Gervonta Davis, and most notably, Anthony Joshua. "I want tougher fighters. I want to be world champion. Zurdo looked slow as someone tonight. That'd be easy work too," Paul said in his post-fight interview. "Badu Jack, I want everybody. Anthony Joshua, Gervonta and Tommy. Stop running. I'm hustling. I'm staying active. You've already seen my face. Get used to it." Paul's hunger for big fights appears limitless. He emphasized he wants to return to action as soon as possible, aiming to fight again this year. Joshua's recovery and future plans. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua has not stepped into the ring since his devastating knockout loss to fellow Brit Daniel Dubois in September. A rematch seemed likely, but minor injuries forced Joshua, 35, to take time off. His camp now expects him to return to action before the end of 2025. Despite being a two-time heavyweight world champion and Olympic gold medalist, Joshua has remained relatively quiet, while rumours swirl about a possible bout with Paul. However, his promoter, Eddie Hearn, has been vocal and sceptical. Eddie Hearn, "It would be the end of Jake Paul." In a candid interview with TalkSport, Hearn didn't mince words when addressing Paul's bold challenge. "He's calling out Anthony Joshua, who is a heavyweight monster," Hearn said. "I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to fight Anthony Joshua because the money would be absolutely obscene. It's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would be the end of Jake Paul. It's that dangerous." Hearn acknowledged Paul's improvement as a fighter, but made it clear that a bout with Joshua would be a step too far. "They're very clever in terms of the opponents they pick. It wouldn't be surprising if Jake Paul wanted to move forward with an Anthony Joshua fight. Would Joshua go in there and give him a hiding for a massive chunk of money? Probably. Is Jake Paul world class? Absolutely not. But he is improving. He's a lot better than a lot of fighters out there." Tyson Fury, a different perspective. While most in the boxing world dismiss the matchup as a mismatch, Tyson Fury sees it differently. When asked about the possibility of a Joshua versus Paul clash, Fury replied, "I think it is a good fight. It is a real 50-50 fight." Whether Fury was being serious, sarcastic, or simply stirring the pot is up for debate. However, his comment instantly went viral, igniting conversations on social media about how Jake Paul might actually fare against a fighter of Joshua's caliber. Could this fight actually happen? Though a Paul versus Joshua bout seems far-fetched from a sporting perspective, it makes perfect sense from a business standpoint. Jake Paul is one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in the world, and Anthony Joshua is still a global star with immense commercial power. The spectacle alone would draw millions, even if the outcome appears obvious to boxing purists. As Jake Paul continues to climb the ranks and chase legitimacy, and with Joshua looking for a major comeback moment, boxing may just deliver another unexpected and wildly profitable showdown. Key figures mentioned: Jake Paul, 28-year-old YouTuber turned boxer, 12-1 record. Anthony Joshua, two-time heavyweight world champion. Olympic gold medalist Tyson Fury, retired WBC heavyweight champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., former WBC middleweight champion. Paul's latest opponent, Daniel Dubois, British heavyweight, defeated Joshua in September 2024. Gilberto Zordo Ramirez. WBA/WBO cruiserweight champion Badu Jack, former world champion at two weight classes Gervonta Davis, undefeated lightweight world champion Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter, head of Matchroom Boxing Support the channel. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the latest boxing drama, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.